YouTube, what's going on? Welcome back to maybe the least anticipated video on the channel of all time. Was anyone excited for this one? Did anyone even know this one was coming? Had I mentioned it in a Skyrim at some point? Maybe, I don't remember. Is anyone excited for my opinions now they've clicked on this video? Probably also not. But today, we're doing the household chores tier list ranking. The best and worst household chores. This is 8 poop emojis and only 6 smiles. I haven't actually watched anyone do this. I saw that NL did this, and then I saw that Chib did this. I haven't watched either of them actually fill it out. This is my first time experiencing this. Is a completely unbiased opinions. Not that I would ever allow my opinions to be influenced by external factors. By the way, Lord of Terror returns September 23rd. Am I allowed to play that? I love Diablo 2. It's one of my favorite games of all time. It looks like they made like a remaster of it. I don't think we're allowed to play Blizzard stuff though, right? They're kind of minkus. We're going to be ranking them today. Now, what's funny is I'm looking at these, and hey, don't even keep your, Zoomer, look at this, Zoomer doesn't even know chores or whatever. Keep those comments to yourself. I've heard it all already. But I'm looking at this. I don't even know what half of this shit even, like, is. So that could be fun, and maybe that'll be part of the joke. I don't know. Am I in a recording headspace today? Not particularly. I found some time and knew that I have limited time outside of this time right now, so I figured, you know what, I'm just gonna hit the start record button. Let's see what happens. We have 5 tiers today. Love it / therapeutic. Don't mind it. Neutral. I'd rather not, and hate it / refuse it. Look, your boy was raised in a household not by overly strict parents, but by parents who wanted to teach their children responsibility for a young age. I've done it's chores, man. Let's get on with it. Okay. Chore number 1, getting the old broomstick out, sweeping the dust from the cobbled kitchen floor. Not gonna lie, I don't have overwhelming amounts of experience with this particular kind of broomstick. Mopping, on the other hand, this is where I've got to just kind of keep an eye out. So yeah, so it looks like, okay, so this is just general sweeping. Would I include mopping? Because I guess sweeping is like a different thing. But you don't really sweep anymore, right? Because you'd mop, or like if for dust and stuff, we just use the Hoover. Everyone has like a handheld Hoover now, or like a multi-purpose Hoover. So I don't really sweep for the most part. The last time I used a dustpan and brush was when I smashed a glass because I knocked it off a shelf and it fell about 2 feet from the shelf to the floor and shattered everywhere. And there were big chunks of glass. I didn't want to hoover it. I have a habit of doing that. My last phone died because I dropped it. I knocked it off a chair in a hospital waiting room that was also like a foot and a half off the ground, and it just died instantly. I don't know what's up with that. We have to mop sometimes because we have hard floors, like not carpet, and we have cats, hella cats, who pee in lots of different places. So we do occasionally have to mop. Dude, I don't mind it, man. It's kind of, I don't want to call it therapeutic. It's kind of, you just do it, man. It's a little satisfying. Emails, replying to emails, I suppose. Don't know if I'd call that a household chore per se. I do be replying to a lot of emails nowadays, usually about job-related situations. Historically, I guess, I used to reply to a lot of gaming emails for the main channel. People would be like, hey, if you want a code, let me know. And I'd be like, yeah, I want a code. And then they'd send the code, and then I'd never touch it. But I like stacking the Steam library up, even though I've played like 10% of my games and 90% I've never even considered installing. I don't know about this as a household chore. I don't love emailing for the most part. Situationally, I'm fine with it. If it's something that I'm gonna get in a game, or like if I was doing it as part of a job, that's fine. I go along with that. As far as like day-to-day life, I don't love spending a ton of time on emails. I'm not a huge fan of. I get a little caught up sometimes on like, oh, what's the right greeting to use? Is it the right context for this greeting? I was in a call with some friends a couple of weeks ago, and I can't even remember the greeting I was caught up on, but I was like, if this is a normal greeting, right? And then they both immediately laughed at me and said, maybe what was it? I think I just said greetings. I had greetings written. I was like, greetings is that's a normal thing to say in an email, right? I think it was Maria when, if you're an alien, okay, so I'm bad at emails. I get it. So that's something that we're kind of working through the system and figuring out how to process a little bit better. Apparently, I write emails like an alien. Clorox. I don't know what that is. I know it's like they do like bleach and stuff, but that's not. What's the chore there? That doesn't look like bleach. That looks like a powder. I don't know what the chore there is. So I'm gonna put neutral. Taking out the trash. Is what it is. It's whatever. I'm neutral. I don't think it's that big of a deal. We have bags. Um, it's whatever. It's not very. The bins aren't very far away. I actually don't even mind going to the recycling in particular, especially when I've had like a few bottles stacking up, like I need to do right now. I can see 3 bottles of Heineken, 2 water bottles, and a couple unopened bottles of beer. Although obviously I don't go in the recycle yet. So later on today, maybe tomorrow morning, I'll take those bottles out and it'll be satisfying because I'll have cleared up the glass bottles behind the bed. Although that goes into recycling. So you know what? We'll keep taking out the trash at neutral. I'm gonna put recycling at therapeutic. I don't know if the action itself is therapeutic, but it's a nice relieving thing when I've got a few bottles stacked up. Maybe I've drunk 2 or 3 nights in a row and those bottles are starting to stack up and I go and take them all out at once and suddenly there's foot room. I can look down beside my bed and not feel like an alcoholic. That's therapeutic. Fridge. I love the fridge, man. Love taking food out of it. Love eating the food that I've taken out of it. Drinking things from the fridge. I wonder if this is like tidying the fridge, organising the fridge, or alternatively maybe it's unpacking groceries. Again, I'm looking at the other options here. I fine. I don't mind unpacking groceries. I also don't mind organising the fridge. It doesn't tend to need organising because I live with my family, with my dad and my stepmom and my sister, so a lot of the stuff is their stuff, and then the stuff that's my stuff in the fridge, it kind of goes onto just the one shelf, so it's not like there's a lot of work there for me to do, organising my stuff. I get home from the grocery store and I put it all on the same shelf, and it's there until it gradually depletes as I eat it. Don't mind it. Feeding the dog slash any animals. We have cats here. Not too bad. He's take 3-4 plates out, stick the things on. If anything, I actually kind of like. Put it in don't mind it because you'll get it's the one time you'll get most of the cats in the same room, and it's kind of nice getting to like 6 p.m. and getting the plate out and suddenly there's like 4 or 5 cats in the room at once. Who doesn't want to be in a room with 5 cats? Feeding Gracie is. Feeding Gracie's fine. She sits. She's well trained for a puppy that's only 5 months old. She sits and waits totally fine already. She will literally like sit and watch you, and then you can be like, wait, okay, and then she goes. So you know what? Don't mind feeding the dog either. That just looks like cooking, I guess. I love cooking. I enjoy cooking. I wish I could do it more, and definitely when I'm working full time and have more expendable income, I'm going to be doing a lot more cooking. So yeah. Sumo wrestling? Dog? Picking up the dog poop from the garden. Yeah, not the biggest one. It kind of depends. The thing is, we had a German Shepherd for and a big dog, big poops. You kind of get used to it and desensitized to it. I mean, like, look. As far as I'd rather not, like, if I had the choice of, hey, do you want to be picking up dog poop right now or not picking up dog poop? I'd rather not be picking up dog poop. I'd also, in a household, I'd also rather delegate that to someone else. I'm going home tomorrow. To dog sit and I guess babysit my brother and sister, although they're teenagers, so it's not really the same thing. I would hope that, I imagine that they'd pick up any dog poops. And I'm happy for them to do that. So I'm going to put that I'd rather not, just because if the opportunity is available, I'd delegate that to someone else. However, I've got to do it. I don't know what this is. This is another dog-related one. Is that Walk the Dog? Because I don't see any more dog-related ones after this. If that's Walk the Dog, I love it. I love walking the dog. I love walking Gracie. Mowing the lawn. It's funny, I had a dream about mowing the lawn the other night. I'm going to put neutral. It's a bit of a pain sometimes because it takes a while. I don't do it often. We don't have a lawn here where I live now. Back home, I've mowed the lawn before. I've helped mow the lawn before. it's a bit tedious, and especially, you want to mow it when it's in good weather, in which case kind of you want to do it when it's sunny, but also it's going to be like more tiring because it's hot and it's manual labor and stuff and blah blah blah. I'm going to stick it neutral though, because I actually think that it's like really satisfying, especially if the grass is growing a bit, watching it as you go along, that sort of and you see it like get shorter and shorter as you go along. That's pretty satisfying. I actually really enjoy leaving like a nice smooth, like trying to get like a smooth shape with a couple diagonals and then some straights and then some diagonals. I have fun with that, and I take pride in having like a nice pristine. If it falls to me to do that, I take pride in having like a nice pristine lawn with some nice shapes on it. Oh, this is wet mopping. Okay, I'll put it in don't mind it. We'll put this with brooming. Washing the dishes in the dishwasher specifically. So loading the dishwasher, whatever. It takes like 2 minutes. Is this opening mail, or is this like paying bills specifically? I mean, who wants to? Obviously, I'd rather not. You don't refuse. That's going to get you in trouble. I don't even really like opening mail because there's no good mail, man. I don't get much anyway. It's mostly just from the bank, in which case it's like, hey, apply for another credit card. No, I'm good. And then that's kind of it. Yeah, I don't really enjoy mail. I get a little nervous whenever I get a bit of mail that's addressed to me because, like, I don't know. Gardening, I'm going to put neutral just because I don't do it. However, my mum is gardening mad. She reads Gardener's World magazine. She has a subscription. Grows all sorts of vegetables and plants and flowers and shit. She loves it. The garden looks great. So, but as far as I go, not something that I've done. Spraying down surfaces. Again, if they're dirty, I'll do this at home all the time in the kitchen. It's kind of satisfying. But then you've got to get dirty enough for it to be satisfying. I don't mind it. This looks like... Beats me. Stick it in neutral. I have no idea what the hell this is supposed to be. Those are sticks. What the hell are sticks? What do you do what's the chore with sticks? Washing the car. I don't have one to wash. I have washed cars before. You know what? I'm going to say I'd rather not. Now, you'd think with some of the previous cleaning things, I'd say, oh, that's quite satisfying. Now, what pisses me off about washing the cars is like the streaks. I can't have a single streak, but you can't avoid them. And it drives me crazy. Do circles, but then the circles you've got, don't do straight lines, don't let the water drip, you've got to keep going. Oh, it stresses me out, it drives me insane trying to avoid streaks. Stressing me out, pissing me off, I'd rather not. This just looks like more gardening to me. Bump sticks down to I'd rather not, just so we can work on the bell curve. Laundry, generally speaking, looks like. This is a 50-50 for me. It's nice having fresh laundry. What worries me is I'm very particular about my clothes. I hate when stuff shrinks. I hate when things fade, designs and stuff. So I'm very meticulous about making sure that everything's washed at the perfect condition, perfect temperature, etc., etc. It stresses me out beyond belief when something comes out not right. My Chargers jersey, down to the letter, down to the period, I've washed it perfectly, inside out, the right temperature, the right amount of minutes, I take it out immediately, all of the shit's fading on it. Apart from the bolts on the shoulder, pristine. The number on the front and back, the Rivers nameplate, the bit where it says Chargers is completely cracking off. And NFL jerseys, not cheap, so the fact that I've had it for like 2 years and have washed it perfectly every time, and it's like fading to oblivion, yeah, that annoys me a little bit. Generally speaking, not too bad. But just the kind of extra stress that comes along with, is this going to come out shrunk, or like, am I going to crack a design, or something like that. Shrinking's the main one, and never be able to wear a t-shirt that I like again. Because that's happened. The amount of t-shirts I've had that I like that I now don't wear because they don't fit like how I like them to fit because they've shrunk. Hate it. Making the bed, I live on my bed, so it's kind of just constantly, like, I don't even think about this as a chore. Don't mind it, because I literally, like, get out of bed and put my duvet straight away. Like, it's not a thing I have to, it just happens, you know? Toilet, just gonna be honest with you on that one. It's kind of how it goes. Hoover, kind of depends. I like Hoover in my own room because I have like laminated floor, so it gets like dusty and also like cat hair and stuff. So again satisfying. It's that satisfying element of like hoovering all up. But you know what? Therapeutic. Hoovering up all the stuff. I like that. This looks like something gardening related. again, like, what's the difference between these three things? Who knows? Oh, this is manually washing up. Don't mind, it is what it is. It's one of those ones. That's like one of the ones that you do it like all the time, right? You kind of get used to it. So whatever. Watering the houseplants. I don't know, man. We don't have any. In-home organizing. So like general tidying up. Yeah, I don't mind it. I don't do a lot of feng shui, mostly just because I don't. My room's so small, I don't really have the potentiality for that. So there's not really any need to, and I have so much stuff that I'm kind of there's not really much room for reorganizing or general organizing anyway. But it is nice, especially when it gets a bit messy. Again, I wouldn't go as far as to say it's therapeutic overall, but you get therapeutic moments out of it. You get a nice therapeutic end result. I think the payoff makes it worth it. Individually cutting each blade of grass in your garden, I hate it. You know what? I know I said about lawn. Just use a fly mow. Just use a lawnmower. Why would you take kitchen scissors and individually snip each blade of grass when you could just use the lawnmower? That just seems a bit silly to me. And with that, there you go. Was that a bit random? Yes. Was I desperate for any content and didn't know what to record right now? Also, yes. Thank you for watching. I want to do more tier lists. I just I didn't want to do one of the big exciting ones I already had been thinking about doing when I was like thrown into, oh shit, I should record something while I've got some time, even though I'm not necessarily in recording mode. But thank you guys for watching regardless. I'll leave the link in the description for the raw tier list. As always, if you want to do it. Thank you guys for watching. There's my chore tier list. Can't wait to see what other useless, boring crap I do next in the name of variety. Appreciate you guys. See you guys later. Bonk.